Hi Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm live from a very rainy Gloucester today. So today we will be talking about weaknesses and we'll be discussing what are your biggest weaknesses. So we'll start with Arush first. Arush, I'd like to hear a bit about your day and I'd like you to introduce yourself and then I'd like you to talk about your weaknesses.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Arush Kumar. I study in class 5 here. My school name is Delhi Public School, University, Kolkata. And my favorite hobbies are playing, singing, and dancing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And what did you do with your day today?
Today, first I woke up in the morning at 6 o'clock. Uh, then I came back and joined 6:30 to the online classes. And joined with class 1.
Okay, very good. And can you tell me, Irish, can you tell me a bit about your weaknesses? What are your weaknesses?
Can you repeat the question?
What are your weaknesses?
What are my weaknesses?
Yes.
My weaknesses are lack of concentration, laziness, concentration,
Mm-hmm.
and thank you.
Okay. And can you tell me a bit of a situation in your life where this weakness occurred? These
Huh?
weaknesses? Can you tell me a story, a situation from your life where these weaknesses happened?
Oh, so like my the first thing it is uh, and like my writing is not a, like my writing is improved, but my concentration I can't write fast. That is my very weakness. And sometimes I can't speak confidently in English and in any language. In Hindi also.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's okay, you couldn't write fast
Yes.
and and if you okay, you couldn't write fast. So what happened in this situation?
Like in this situation, uh, like she says that write one word in 1 second.
What did she say?
This
Can
means
you speak clearly?
she says that write this, like she writes a very big answer and she says copy it down under 5 minutes. So if I write slow, so my half of my part will be left. So when I write faster, so my writing gets a bit horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of my weakness.
Okay. So that's one of your weaknesses. What else? What other weaknesses do you have?
And I have like can't talk nicely because I have a lot of problem. Like actually in Hindi, which is hard a subject for me.
Mm-hmm.
In Hindi, some words are very hard and some words are easy. Like
Okay.
like mostly in Hindi, if you learn Hindi is easy to learn.
Okay.
But after some time, if you read some chapters of
Mm-hmm.
Hindi, you will notice that there are some hard words and you can't read only nicely. You know Hindi, but you can't read that. So in that time, I have this problem with me. I need to ask to my teacher or or my mom or whoever is available.
Okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so you have problems with Hindi and problems with writing. These are weaknesses, writing
Yes,
fast
ma'am.
and Hindi. Any other weaknesses you mentioned? Remind me.
No, ma'am. These are only my main weaknesses.
Okay. And how can you fix these weaknesses? How are you going to go about fixing them?
Fixing them.
Hmm.
like first I will try to fix my like I will practice because practice is the only thing that which will help you to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you need to practice. And what about with Hindi? What can you do?
Uh, what one can you repeat it?
What about with Hindi? What can you
In
do?
Hindi, I can learn very fluently. Sometimes in Hindi, if I get some hard words, I need to ask my teacher or whoever is present near me. I need to ask them if
Okay.
they know Hindi because in India the main language is Hindi. But in some places, if you go to Tamil Nadu, you will need to speak. You will need to learn Tamil. If you go to the for example, I am born in Singapore. If you go to Singapore, you need to learn Singlish. But English is you can also say no worries. But Singlish is the main thing. And in India, if you come, you will see 25 plus languages
Mm-hmm.
which are very different.
Okay.
So the Bengali in India is the hardest one, according to me. The Bengali is hardest.
Okay, so it's part of your weaknesses. So how are
Yeah.
you going to work on it? You can work on it with teachers and with your parents. What else? How can you work on this weakness?
Like I can do
Anything else you can do?
no ma'am.
Okay.
I can because the practice is the only thing to do with it.
Okay. And do you think these weaknesses are just because, so they're mostly like writing and learning things? Do you think it's because you don't like doing these tasks, or is it because the tasks are
No
genuinely
ma'am.
difficult to do?
It is good, but
Mm-hmm.
so like, if you sometimes it happens like you don't know anything
Mm-hmm.
and you feel a bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes this happens, and this feels also a bit scared.
You feel scared to try these new
Yes,
things.
ma'am.
You get maybe a bit is it anxiousness though that you get? Are you anxious before you do these tasks?
No, ma'am.
No, you're just scared. So do you think being scared is actually your weakness, that you're scared of doing these tasks?
Please.
Hmm?
What, ma'am? Can you
Is
repeat?
it because you're scared of doing these tasks? Is being scared your
No, ma'am,
weakness?
I'm not scared, but I need a practice of that thing, of anything.
Okay. And do you
If I practice it continuously,
Mhm.
I can achieve.
Okay. And so
It's
what do you have any other weaknesses?
very
Any
hard, but
weaknesses in
still.
character? Do you have any weaknesses in character or in the way you behave?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Thank you very much, Arush.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, next we have Atif. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your
Good
day?
evening, everyone. My name is Mohammad Atif Rahman. I'm from Bidar, Karnataka, India. I have completed my graduation in BBA. Right now, I'm working as an IT support engineer in Cognizant Technologies. And my day start like this. I woke up at 7:30 today, and because I woke up a bit I have I didn't get any time to visit to do exercise and all. After that, I went to my office and I came back at 6:30.
Mhm.
And after that, I'm here.
Excellent. Okay, very good. And can you tell me what are your weaknesses?
I guess like lack of confidence and I think like most of the time I take decision emotionally.
Hmm.
I think these are my weaknesses, biggest weaknesses,
Okay.
and because of that, I most of the time I get disadvantage of this. So yeah,
Okay. And so you take decisions based on your emotions.
yeah, like 99% of time I take my decisions based on my emotions.
Okay. And can you tell me how it has been a weakness for you? Like one situation, one story where it has been a big problem.
Like a lot of things happened to me like in this situation, like in office, in my college days,
Colleagues,
in my
colleagues
teammates, and
with my
yeah, colleagues.
hmm
Yeah, with my colleagues and in college. No, I'm not talking about that. I said in college
in
days, like
college.
in my
Oh, in my college
yeah,
days.
yeah,
You need to add mine.
yeah,
In
yeah,
my college days.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In my college days as well. So there used to be some situations, sort of situations where I need to take a step ahead to get something, but because someone tried to push me back, some people pushed me back, or there are some situations where I feel that if I be quiet, then it will be better for others.
If
So at that situation also, yeah.
if I keep quiet.
If I keep quiet, then it will be better for others. I thought like that because of that.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any other weakness? You've got this weakness. Do you have any other one?
Sometimes I feel like that I am having lack of confidence. Like sometimes it is like I'm more confident that I'm doing things with confidence, but it happens sometimes that my confidence level will went down to like zero. So
Dropped.
this is also
Okay.
yeah.
And why do you think this is? Why do you think you have lack of confidence?
Like sometimes it happens like on daily basis. Also, like if I am communicating with someone,
Hmm.
like I'm a kind of person who want to communicate more. Like I'll
Who
try to
wants?
make
Who wants?
yeah.
Hmm.
I'll take the first step to make a connection with someone. I'll
Hmm.
try to make a connect, but sometimes it happens like if someone is like giving me a negative vibe, so instead of like defending myself, like I'll be like okay, let it be. So I don't want to argue in that zone, and there I feel that I don't have that confidence to tackle that situation.
Okay. Can you give us an example of when this happened, like an actual example? I know you've told us how it happens, but do you have an example about this lack of confidence?
Yeah, there was a time I was in my previous employment.
Hmm.
I used to work for Reliance SMSL Private Limited. There I was a senior executive, and this happened that my team leader was not good with me. Not only with me, like we are having a 12 people team, person team, but he was not okay with 4 to 5 members of us. Everyone left, but because I want to work, I didn't quit that job. But after a certain period, he went very much angry on me, like that. After doing multiple
Angry
tasks
with
and
me. They were angry
yeah,
with me.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I used to work as My shift was 7 hours and 30 minutes, but I used to work for 14 hours, 15 hours sometimes. Still, he used to bitch about me like that, but I did at that time I feel that I don't have that courage to talk about that to my senior level managers or HRs. So yeah, I feel that now it is not like that. If someone does like that, then I'll directly complain about them. But it's like 2018, 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Excellent. So now what I'd like you to tell me is how can you work on both of these weaknesses? What can you do to improve them?
One thing is that at a time I stopped in my previous days. I stopped thinking I was preferring to take my decision by my mind rather than emotion. But the thing what is happening with me is my decision there is a thing if I am doing better for myself, definitely it is not good. Other people won't like that. So one person came to me and told me that you are a heartless person, and this is about office only, at my office only. So again, I started thinking emotionally after that time. So I would rather prefer to be called as fooled than calling by like heartless person. I
Okay.
don't want to be a heartless person, and I think taking a decision with emotion also gives us it's a good thing. I guess that
Okay.
like the
Very
thing which won't harm other, it also good, but it I think this is a like 50-50. It is 50% good for me and 50% bad for me. Like in growing manner, it is bad for me, and in like as a human being, it is good for me.
okay. Very good. And what about with regards to your confidence? How can you work on this? Because you've mentioned now, you know, not bringing in your emotions, but what about your confidence? How can you get your confidence level up?
I used to stop I used to be quiet. Like if I am not feeling good for something, I used to be quiet. But right now the situation is that I'm not being quiet. I'm like trying to better myself. I'm trying to make a statement when it is needed. I'm not being like I'm not keeping myself stop when it is needed. I think like this, I'll step by step I'll improve myself.
Okay, very good. And how do you think, if you don't improve yourself, how do you think um, this will affect your job? How do you think you will be affected in your work, in your life, if you don't improve these weaknesses?
Like there is a thing that if I won't improve, then this will be the uh, like uh, what we can say failure of my life, biggest failure, because these are the necessary things that if you will work in a corporate world, you have to think by your mind, not by emotions. And other thing is you have to be confident when you are in a corporate field. That is wherever you will apply with your CV, you have to mention that you are motivated, self-motivated, and all that. But these are not just terms. You have to work on that, and it will affect on my job or whatever I am going to do in my future. If I'm going to do a business, also I need a bit confident over there because people only do business uh, where the other person is confident. And like I just said, if I'm working in a corporate field also, only on we can see that in that higher positions on a managing level, there are th- those people are the ones who are confident. They are confident about their job. They are confident about their decisions. They know how to make a deal and how to deal with this situation if any occurs. So yeah, but
Okay, very good. Excellent. Well done. Let's try this with Arush now, because we've not tried it with Arush. Arush, Arush, are you still there? Arush, Arush, are you there?
I'm there.
Okay, so Arush, can you tell me how will your weaknesses affect you if you don't improve on your weaknesses? How are they going to affect you later on in life?
I will have a habit and then I can't finish that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So your weaknesses, the ones that you mentioned to me, how are they going to affect you in your job or in when you get older if you don't change these weaknesses?
That will make me lazy.
What will you do?
That will make me lazy.
Lazy. Okay, so it's going to make you lazy. And if you don't know Hindi, how is that going to affect you? So if you don't learn Hindi properly now, how will it affect you?
I can't talk Hindi nor English. So,
Arush, can you
yeah,
please speak properly because I'm hearing mumbling over here. So
yeah.
speak clearly.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am. So,
how will it affect you if you don't learn Hindi? If you
uh,
keep this weakness?
if I only know English, so
Mm-hmm.
it can also happen like this that I can only speak in English.
If you can only speak in English, yes. And
Yes. And in India, only in some places, English is used.
mm-hmm. So what will happen if you don't learn Hindi?
If you don't learn Hindi, so but in India, in very less places, you can speak English, not Hindi.
Okay. But my question was, how are your weaknesses? Because you told me it's a weakness of yours, learning Hindi and learning different Indian languages. You told me it's a weakness, and you told me that writing fast is your weakness, not being able to write fast. Now I'm asking you, how will these affect you in the future if you keep these weaknesses?
What
What will be the problem?
what will be the problem? So
Mm,
that problem will face me very different, and if I don't learn anything, so in some places I should also not get job.
okay, exactly. So it will stop you from getting some jobs or you getting some opportunities. Okay. Next, I'd like to ask you now, we have the last few minutes of class. So we've spoken about our weaknesses, but we should probably end this a bit on a bit of a high note as well. So we've spoken about how to resolve these weaknesses and how these weaknesses affect us and where they come from. And you've given some examples of situations. But now let's end a bit on the opposite note, a bit more on a high note. Arush, can you tell me what are your strengths?
What are all the strengths?
Mm-hmm. What are your
Can you
strengths?
repeat
Yes.
the question?
Hmm?
Can you repeat the question?
What
Can you
are
repeat the
your...
question, ma'am?
Yes, I am repeating the question. What are your strengths?
My family and my friends.
Okay, but your strengths, not what makes you stronger, your strengths.
My willpower.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what can you tell me about your willpower? When's your willpower really good? Like, can you give me an example of when your willpower was good?
If anybody studies, like, if I want to study, so I study. If I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
study, so I don't study. Actually, I'm like, and food and everything. So whenever I want to study, I like to study. Whenever I don't want to study, I don't want to study. Like a lot of people have forced me, especially my mom has forced me to study a lot. And so my mom has forced me to study a lot, and she has told me that try to be a topper in the class. So
Mm-hmm.
I tried my best, and in some subjects I got good marks, especially in literature. I got 30.5.
Mm-hmm.
So not from 100, from 50. It was good for me, but still my mom said that okay, you need to do like you need to
Okay.
more hard work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much, Arush.
Um,
Okay, next we'll go to Atif. Atif, with this question, please. What are your strengths?
Mm, I will say I am honest. That I'll be honest with like I'm honest with my work, or like it will be like either it is relation or work or my daily life. I'll give my 100%. I'll be honest whatever I am doing.
Okay, very good, excellent. And can you give us an example of this?
Like as I said to you that about my team leader who is
Mm-hmm.
not good at me. But because of that reason, I was having that option that I can quit like others did. But because like I have took a responsibility from that company, I got that they also have some sort of they also have some expectations from their employees, right? So at that point, if I leave that position, they have to again take interviews. They need to shortlist people, and they need to get they need to train them. It will take a much time for that. But at that situation, I didn't quit at that time. I thought that I have suffered that issue for at least like 5 to 6 months, I guess. After that, I gathered myself, and with courage, I talked. I had word with my manager about that. That I'm not feeling good with my TL because he is not using proper words towards me, and I'm not feeling good about that. It is making me feel a loser, and I'm giving my 200%. I'm working for 13, 14 hours a day, and I'm not even getting extra pay, that is overtime. So he was like, "Yeah, I understand that," and he like after some time he told me that I have to wait for another 15 to 13 days. Then he promoted me as a TL in that company, seeing my work. So
Okay,
because of my patience, like my patience and my honesty, he promoted me for that position. So yeah, it is my strength.
excellent. Thank you very much, Atif.
Thank you, Christine.
Okay, so today we have discussed what our weaknesses are, and we gave examples and stories of these weaknesses and how you want to overcome these weaknesses and why it's important to do this now. And then we finished off by talking a bit about our strengths to give it a bit of a different, a little bit of a balance there. So I hope you've enjoyed this class. I hope it made you think a lot. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a good evening.
Have a good evening, Christine. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.